Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with random reviews from the Overflow room. Yeah, I did that in Sprechstimme. I thought that would be more interesting. Anyway, we're going to wrap up Purcell today. He only got a video in 7/8 or so because I'm not his biggest fan. And actually, most of the Purcell that I've gotten since I've started to enjoy him more, I've kept upstairs because it's more recent. And so it didn't get to the Overflow room. This is the Overflow stuff, some of which we will be finding, well, actually, it's all been boxed since then, right? We've got this stuff, the John Eliot Gardner Purcell collection, King Arthur and Leroy Arthur. So it's all King Arthur, same thing twice. Now, Gardner's Purcell is in the box, the big Erato box, and there's a separate Purcell box, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So you can get it a bazillion ways, and this was the original Erato CD issue. It's very, very good. King Arthur is not as interesting as the Fairy Queen, but it has some amazing music. It really does. I mean, it's really, really cool. I think it's got the Frost scene in it. Isn't that in here somewhere? I mean, I could go and look, but, who sings The Cold Genius or whatever that thing is? I think it's in here. Hither this way, come, follow me. I don't know what this is at all. They don't tell you who plays what. But anyway, yes, it's a good hour and 30 minutes. These pieces are not operas. They're semi-operas. What that meant is that they were designed to be performed in the context of plays, actual plays. And so there was a lot of normal play stuff. Then they do one of these things. And they were interludes and integrated into a whole extravaganza. And that's one of the reasons why Purcell's art never quite flourished the way that we probably wished it had. Although he was very young when he died. He was, 29, 30, something like that, 31. He was quite young. But everyone agrees he had a tremendous theatrical gift and a wonderful gift for, vocal writing and whatnot. But he didn't have the opportunity. The circumstances of the English stage then just weren't conducive to full-fledged, large-scale productions of operatic works. And so, people have to make do with these strange hybrid works that are seldom satisfying all by themselves. But, of course, people who love him will disagree because they love him, and that's perfectly fine. Then we've got, I'm so glad I have some of these downstairs because I have most of these upstairs. This is my Purcell work. Not necessarily. I love those collections of theatrical music and whatnot, but this, the Fantasias for the Viols, 1680. Yeah, he was 36 when he died. There you go, 35, 36. 1659 to 1695. But his viol fantasias are beautiful. Lovely, serious, grave, introspective, really the maybe the first great examples of intimate chamber music. What we now value in chamber music, like as in the late Beethoven quartets, this sort of introspective, spiritual, intimate communion with the soul. See, I said it. I can do this. I can say these things and get away with it sometimes. But no, really, they're magnificent and beautiful and really, really conducive to serious listening. And once again, we have Jordi Savall with Hesperian 20. Yeah, back in the days when they were doing the music that they were born to do instead of the music they have no business touching, which is what Savall is doing now. Oh, what a pity. Anyway, this is on Naive. And I've got like 20 other versions of these things upstairs. I really, really think these are masterpieces, and of their kind, quite unique and marvelous. If I had to have one thing by Purcell, that would be it. Despite his recognized ability in theatrical music, here is the classic, iconic Dido and Aeneas with Janet Baker, Patricia Clark, Raymond Herrings, Monica Sinclair as the sorceress. She's wonderful as the sorceress. She's also wonderful as Katisha and the Mikado. She's one of those Gilbert and Sullivan contraltos, which is exactly what you want as the sorceress. Nowadays, of course, they use countertenors or something creepy like that. But no, what you want is a large, fat alto with a voice like a foghorn, as Anna Russell would characterize it. And Monica Sinclair was it. And you've got Janet Baker doing like the ultimate Dido's Lament. It's the English Chamber Orchestra with Anthony Lewis, and it's on Decca Legends from 1961. An absolute classic, huge, epic, sort of amazing classic. And what have we got here? Oh, look, Dido and Aeneas. The other Harmonia Mundi one. This is the one with Nick McGagan and the Philharmonia Baroque with Lorraine Hunt, who was fabulous. She was just a wonderful singer. And Lisa Saffer and Donna Deem and Ellen Rabiner and Christine Brandis and Paul Elliott and Michael Dean and Ruth Rainiero and all these people. This is delightful. It's a wonderful, wonderful performance. And you also get 10 minutes of music for the Gordian Knot Untied as a special extra bonus. So this is wonderful to have. There's a lot of good work done in this music. There really has been. Let's not kid ourselves. Purcell Diocletian complete on Chandos with the Mask from Timon of Athens with Richard Hickox in Collegium Musicum 90. This is the Musical Heritage Society reissue, by the way. How I acquired this, I have no clue. But I wanted it because I was trying to get all of Purcell's theater music, and that's somehow how I got that. Then we've got the Fairy Queen and Dido and Aeneas with Benjamin Britten. Yes, which is wonderful for all those Benjamin Britten things. This is in that Britten the Performer box on Decca. It's been reissued, but this is wonderful. Of course, it's with Jennifer Vivian and Mary Wells and Norma Burroughs and James Bowman, countertenor, and Peter Pears and John Shirley Quirk when they were young and fresh, and it's terrific. And you also have the Janet Baker Dido and Aeneas with Peter Pears and Aldeburgh Festival with Stuart Bedford, its first release on CD. So, well, isn't that special? A Decca twofer. I got that for obvious reasons. Then we've got, the complete sacred music on Chandos, 11 CDs. This is one of two boxes. They did the complete odes and welcome songs, and then they did the complete sacred music in boxes like this, and they're really, really good. And it's James Bowman, countertenor. He was a busy guy. Not a very good singer, but a busy guy. This is the King's Consort and Robert King. And I have two of these, actually. That's why this one is in the overflow room. The other one is upstairs. Really, really fine. And they also did the theater music, the airs for the theater and other things on Hyperion. But this is a wonderful set. And Purcell wrote a lot more sacred music than you'd think he did. 11 full CDs worth. So that's really nice to have. I got it because it was all conveniently boxed up. You could get it separately. All those discs were issued separately. And that's Purcell. I am done with Purcell. The rest of my Purcell is upstairs in the main collection because I have slowly been working my way into him more. Recognizing that, he's good and that I'm an outlier and finding him kind of irrelevant to my existence. Okay, then we've got Ulias Pulkkis, born in 1975. This is a charming disc of orchestral music, very listenable and enjoyable. It has The Enchanted Garden and a musical tale in 8 chapters for solo violin and orchestra, his flute concerto with Sharon Besali, and Symphonic Dali, 3 paintings for orchestra, which is wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. The 3 paintings, in case you're curious. Wait a minute, let's get this. Hang on. Are The Colossus of Rhodes, Shades of Night Descending, and Dawn. This is with the Stavanger Symphony Orchestra under Susanna Malki, who's been getting quite a bit of attention in her Bartok recordings and things, also for Biss, which she has made in Finland. But this is good. This is good stuff. Really fun. So you might want to give that a shot. I really enjoyed this disc, as I recall, and hung on to it accordingly. And finally, back in the piece, Eduardo del Pueyo. Oh, he was wonderful. Wonderful pianist. And this is with the amazing. You get the Granados 12 Spanish dances. This is like his complete Phillips recordings or something, or the early years. Pardon me. And Goyescas, also by Granados, and then a fantastic and as good as unknown recording of Nights in the Gardens of Spain with Jean Martinon and the Lamoureux Orchestra from 1955. Just really a fantastically idiomatic and wonderful version. I love this 2-disc set. I really do. I think Eduardo del Pueyo was just a wonderful pianist and one of those, off the grid guys. People don't know him, but and he didn't record a lot, but he did enough. I mean, there's more, but this is a beautiful collection. It really is. It's just great fun. So there you have it, my friends. Next up is Puccini. So keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me, and take care.